Hard walls are all that's left. It's a complete loss. A neighbor and a close family friend says he was woken up by this terrible news.
Jumped up, got dressed, went up the street, and saw an absolute tragedy. Knew it was an absolute tragedy before we actually got to the house because we could see it from down the street.
Mark Phillips' daughter is the godmother of the children who lived here. He says she was best friends with the victim, Kristen Johnson.
It's been a pretty exhausting day all day, knowing that somebody died in that fire, knowing that there's somebody in the burn center, there's 2 people in the burn center, 2 little girls that don't have their mama no more. The little boy doesn't have his mommy anymore. That's an absolute tragedy.
Mark says when they got down to the house, he saw smoke billowing into the air, steam coming off of the ground, and dozens of emergency vehicles. But there's one thing he wasn't ready to see: those 2 little girls who made it out safely.
They were in shock. You know, of course they were sitting in the back of a police car, and they're all huddled up, and there's a lot of people around them that they don't know. And, you know, they were very quiet. And I think they were in shock.
He says the mother was trying to make sure all of her kids were out safely, not knowing they had already made it out. That's when her boyfriend and son went back into the house trying to save her, both now suffering from severe burns.
I've heard the kids talk about Christmas and how important it is to them, and so I know it's got to be really, really important to these little girls. And I think that you talk about giving gifts at Christmas. Let's give a gift of getting around these kids and saying, hey, you're not alone. There's a community out here that cares about you, and we're not going to let you go through this alone. We're going to help you.